Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. We're back here in the HO layout room, and I had originally planned to have more done, but what I ended up getting done took me a lot longer to do, and uh, I had originally planned to have all of the servos underneath the layout ready to go. However, I was only able to get the yard area done. Just ran into more problems than I thought I would. It was a little harder to get the servo mounted and everything by myself. And so that took some time. But then these two, or that turnout and then the rear turnout, were a little more difficult because they were pretty close to the edge there. And then that one actually took me about an hour and a half of trial and error with some different stuff. And it didn't help that the first bar that I had going up into the throw bar was too long. Tried to cut it with those wire cutters right there, and they weren't strong enough. I don't have any flush cutters, and I'm thinking I'll break down and buy some just to make the rest of this easier. If they are longer, I can just put them up, nip them, and be good to go. But ended up having to recut the piece because it wasn't working, and it was just a big nightmare to try and squeeze in to see where I needed to put the actual bar. However, everything is good. It is marked of how far the servos need to go. So when I need, I'll show this. Don't really need to, but it's kind of fun to roll things. But I have the numbers so that once I get each Arduino ready to be programmed, I can just copy the code, put the numbers in, and of course I'm going to label everything to make it be real good. I do know that they all work. I have this little test set up that I've just ran the wires to the servos, checked them, adjusted them how I needed to. That's partly how I got the numbers. I do think I'll probably have to buy a couple more. Some of these servos were from some old stock that I had, and they just seem not to be working quite right. So I may end up having to buy more since I've only got one left. And I think, and that one needs to go there. So hopefully, fingers crossed, and even if it is that these ones are a little wonky, I'll put the weird wonky ones here and here, or over on that other side, so that it's easier to pull them out and adjust them how I have to. The other thing is I've been working on the panels, and I decided to 3D print them. And I'm really happy with how it's going to look. I feel that that works out really well, and just plan to just glue them on. I don't think it'll be that big of a deal. Just glue them on and be good to go. But the plan is that, and this is the biggest panel. Of course, I did find an error with this LED should have been up here, but oh well, I'd already printed this one out, and the second matching one for this is printing as we speak, or as I'm filming this, so I'm just going to leave it. It's not going to be that big of a deal, I don't think. But the plan is that I went with the green for the base. Inside of these longer rectangle pieces, I'm going to print out a filler piece in gray so that it's the colors of the railroad. And then each LED should be powered or flipped with a micro switch that I'll put on the side of the servos. I knew that that was something that I could deal with after the fact, and so I kind of was working on getting the servos mounted before worrying about that, just to make sure that, you know, those are going to work. Originally with this panel, I had thought of just doing like half. So like this turnout over for right here, and then doing like one or two of the switches over there that may be needed. However, when I got looking at it, I really needed to have this entire piece. So decided to print out two of these. One will be there, and then one will be there. And these are the touch buttons I'm going to be using. I can't remember if I've really gone into those or not, but I'll be putting them in the panel here. There'll be a little piece that I'll print out as well to put on the top, mainly to cover up the holes where the wires will be at, just to kind of give it a little bit of a cleaner look. And as a double with that, I'm going to have a number etched into it that will then correspond to the turnout, and I'll have let's lay that down so it doesn't knock, but I'll have a number post or something by each turnout to show what it is. So that's where we're at. I guess I could show how far the LED is gonna stick through. Haven't fully decided yet how far it will. I'm thinking it'll be probably like that, and then I'll just hot glue it in. So yeah, that's where we're at for now. Like I said, I'd hoped to have trains running, but it just didn't happen. So anyway, that's that for this video. It wasn't too exciting, but you know, we're working on things, and hopefully we'll keep progressing. There was don't know if I put out the video or not, but had some things pop up that just slowed down my progress, and just was kind of beating me down. But I think I've worked through all those and should be okay and good going forward. So we'll just keep working at it. So as always, thank you everybody for watching. Greatly appreciate it. Thanks for subscribing, and we'll see everybody in the next video.